I'm going to talk about that 3 reasons why Normanton Park is a great choice. So these are the 3 reasons that I would like to present to you. Okay, number 1, it's the right pricing. Number 2, right location. And number 3, right home, which means right project to purchase. Okay, so reason number 1 being the right pricing is what I'm going to kick off these sessions, because most investors knows that in order to make a profit, it is all about your entry price. So right pricing projects have better chance of price growth, and that's indeed true. So having said that, the right pricing is one of the important factor for anyone who want to decide on a project as their choice. So let's take a look at what's happening in the market, all right, over the past quarters. Property price have been kept rising for the past 3 quarters. In fact, quarter 4 has seen a very strong property price growth, which is as high as 2.1%. The average growth of Singapore property prices is about 2-something%, but indeed in quarter 4 itself, we have actually hit 2.1%. So price growth of 2.1% in Q4, in fact, is the highest growth rates since 2018 cooling measure. So if you will recall, back in 2018, there were another stringent cooling measure that's introduced by the governments to cool the very hot property market during that time, okay, where there was many en bloc booms. And in fact, these sites that Normanton Park is sitting on is the previous Normanton Park sites, which is the previous en bloc boom. So the price rise in the quarter 4 are mainly driven by the RCR property, right? In fact, if you look at this chart here, it actually evidences that the rise in property prices is very much caused by the price growth in the rest of the core central region, which is where Normanton Park is sitting on. So I'm trying to explain to you, Normanton Park is situated in a very interesting growth potential location. So as I'm trying to tell you that it is right pricing, all right, in that right location. So it is situated in RCR, rest of the core central region. It's in District 5, and it's also in a planning area that is known as Queenstown. Okay, then let's just take a look at the historical price behavior in these locations where Normanton Park is. Okay, first off, I would like to present to you the last 5, 10, and 15 years of what's happened in the rest of the core central region. Okay, as you can see from this chart here, just follow my cursor. So this is 15 years growth. That means from this point here to this point here, for the past 15 years, price have actually appreciated by as much as 209%. All right, that is like 2 times from the last 15 years. And then over the last 10 years, from this point to this point, it's a growth of 62.5%. Over the last 5 years, it's grown about 18.3%. And mind you, not all the regions are growing like this. And looks like the rest of the core regions have experienced a very strong growth over the last 15 years. Okay, so let me go to narrow down to District 5, which is part of the rest of the core central region, because rest of the core central region, there's a number of districts. So District 5 is just one of the many districts in rest of the core region. And these are the growth experience in this location. For the last 15 years, it is 303%. So that's 3 times. That's more than double. All right, in RCR, on the average, it's double. But District 5 have outperformed RCR. Over the last 15 years, it has grown 303%. Over the last 10 years, it's 89.4%. And over the last 5 years, 26%. So let me narrow down to Queenstown planning area. Now, Queenstown planning area is where Normanton Park is situated. So over the last 15 years, it's 284%. Last 10 years is 78%. The last 5 years is 16%. So to give you a better perspective with the image here, I would like to present to you on the outperformance of the three definitions. First one is RCR. So RCR has outperformed the overall regions in Singapore over the last 15 years. Okay, it's 210%. So relative to the overall of Singapore property growth is 173%. So it's more. For the last 10 years, it's 63% growth. All right. Overall Singapore is 45%. So over the last 5 years, RCR is 18%. Overall Singapore is 32%. So for the medium and long term, RCR have experienced huge property growth that outperform overall Singapore. Okay, what about District 5? So similarly, the behavior is about the same as RCR. For District 5, over the last 15 years, have gone up by more than 300%. Compared to overall Singapore, it's 173. Okay, so you see the huge gap here. And then District 5 has also almost doubled the overall gains of the overall Singapore property gain. And for District 5, the 5 years returns is 26%, whereas overall is 32% over the last 5 years. How about Queenstown? So Queenstown itself, you can also see the gap, the difference between Queenstown and the rest of the Singapore planning areas. Okay, it is above over the last 10 years or so. And this explains that we are sitting in the locations of very great potential price gain over a mid to long term period. Okay, so what are the current new launches in RCR and their selling price? Because we need to take a gauge to measure and to pace against what are the surrounding launches in RCR, since Normanton Park is an RCR property, isn't it? So let's take a look at RCR New Home. Okay, so early on I said there are numerous districts that is defined under the region, rest of the core region. So RCR New Home, part of District 2 and District 3 that is near CBD, okay, they are also known as part of the RCR. And these are the new launches that can be found in this district, all right, part of District 2 and District 3, which is Riviera, Sky Everton, Avenue South Residence, One Per Bank, Sterling Residences, and the recent launch, the Landmark. So all these prices, all right, if we take their average selling price right now, okay, and then we can derive that in this location, District 2 and District 3, the average selling price is about 2,316, all right, per square foot. How about another district in RCR, like District 8 and District 13? And these are the properties that is currently in the market, which is Uptown at Farrer, the Woodleigh Residences, and also Park Colonia. So all these new launches is averaging about 1,918 per square foot. Okay, another district in RCR, which is District 14, the average price is 1,733 per square foot. All right, and these are the new launches that is selling at averaging 1,733 PSF. Another district in RCR is District 21. And these are all the new launches that is currently selling the market. All right, for the 99-year leaseholds and also freehold properties like Forex at Bukit Timah, the average price is about 1,826 per square foot. So if we were to take a look at the summary of the current new launches in RCR, the overall average price is 2,061 per square foot. Okay, so bear in mind it's about more than $2,000 per square foot. Okay, in all the new launches, averaging prices at RCR. So any project launch in RCR that is pricing below $2,000 per square foot should be a reasonable selling price. Would you agree? So if we're taking a look at the current locations in Normanton Park, which is in District 5, okay, which I have not explained to you what is the district price, average selling price. Let's take a look at it. So what are the new launches in District 5 and their selling prices? Here you are, okay? We have the District 5 new homes, Okay, and it's quite interesting. Let me explain to you. In District 5, there is part OCR and there is part RCR, which means to say the whole of District 5, some part of it is outside core central region, and some part of it is the rest of the core central region. Actually, Normanton Park is the rest of the core central region, which is a region above the outside core central region. So if it's outside core central region, District 5 is averaging about 1,593 per square foot. But if it's within RCR, the average price is about 1,821 per square foot. And where do Normanton Park, all right, pays along this price line? So Normanton Park RCR is actually priced, right, to the best of my knowledge, from all the project staff and also the developer, the average selling price should be within this range of 16,000 to 17,000 per square foot, which means it's like the lowest of the District 5 new homes sitting in the RCR region. So which means to say it is value for your money. So let's zoom into Normanton Park, this District 5 RCR, very beautiful new launch, and let's look at the pricing. I understand that the early bird prices starts from 16xx per square foot, and well, that's why you are here, because you are very excited. You want to be part of the early birds who can catch on the early bird price of about 16xx. It's so smart of you, because it's so important to be in part of the early bird patch to catch the right price. And for the start, there's 16xx. Okay, if you can get this price, that's very good. Otherwise, the average prices for this development is about 17xx PSF, all the way up possibly to $2,000 per square foot. So Normanton Park Quantum is priced at about 800,000 plus to 2.8 million plus for a 1-bedder to a 5 bedrooms. Well, a bit small here on this spreadsheet. Can always ask ERA sales person, or also our ERA sales and teammates to forward this price list to you. Okay, so that price range is 800 plus to 2.8 plus. And if we do a comparison with the rest of the District 5 new launches quantum of that same room type, okay, let's take a look at it. The current 1-bedroom prices for 99 leasehold new launch in the RCR, there you are. These are all the average, or rather the minimum quantum, okay, that you can purchase. So if you want to buy a 1-bedroom in RCR that is most value for your money, looks like it's Normanton Park at the moment. All right, what about from one extreme to the other extreme, which is go for the big unit, which is a 5-bedroom unit. So what is the price like for Normanton Park versus the rest of the new launches in RCR? Currently, right, it is 2.83 XXXX, which means about 2.8 million plus. So having said that, if you look at the rest of the new launch price, looks like is in fact the most value purchase. So are you convinced that Normanton Park is a right price to buy and that is value for money? So I've just shown you what is current pricing. Okay, so let me dive into more in-depth explanations to you based on what our research team have analyzed, and thanks to all the research team staff, okay, we have this to present to you, is to quickly do a quick assessment on the profit margin of the developer. You know, for Singaporeans like us, we like to shop. So when we shop for stuff, especially if the retailer are selling you at a big discount, you should be very happy, right? Possibly if a retailers that go bust like Robinson recently, you know, you're possibly one of the consumers that go and queue and buy things from Robinson because it's selling to you at possibly at a loss. Okay, but in this case, developer in Singapore has not, have not go to the extent to lose money to sell a development to any of the purchaser, right? But of course, during the launch, there's always strategy that developer deploy. The game plan is to sell as many units as possible, and to catch up the momentum is to price it attractive, okay, especially during the launch day. So that's why we say first mover advantage is the launch day, you'll be able to catch a good buy, okay, which is at the lowest possible price. So there you are. Let's take a look at what happens when the developer bought over the Normanton land site, okay, back during the the last en bloc fever in 2017. Okay, this plot was bought en bloc at a land rate of 969 per square foot per plot ratio. So never mind about all these jargons on per square foot per plot ratio. So what this means is, from here, we are able to calculate, all right, to assess what is the estimated break-even price for the developer. So, you know, the developer develop a project like this to sell it to consumer like us. So we buy the development at a purchase price to the developer, okay, because there's a lot of unit. So some unit, the developer may not make any money. Some unit that is margin, and possibly the earlier batch of during the new launch, the developer may not make a big margin, possibly even at cost. Okay, so the cost of selling the unit is about 1,004. Okay, having said that the land cost about 900 plus. So the break-even price is about 1,004. And this according to 𝐻𝑝rop, all right, which is a property magazines and portal, or under the square foot. Okay, you can actually search for this and find that the estimated break-even price is 1,482. Okay, so if the estimated price is this, and if the early bird pricing of Normanton Park is 16xx per square foot, guess what? The developer margin is possibly only below 8%. And that's considered, all right, considered very favorable for any purchaser, right? In fact, most developer makes more than this. So in this case, you stand an advantage, like the Great Singapore Sales, all right? You're buying at a price that is close to break even. Now, bear in mind this, because this is what current price is, 16xx. And due to the fact of coronavirus, okay, there is rising construction costs due to increased measure that is introduced in the construction sites, okay, to prevent the workers from spreading the coronavirus. So construction cost is bound to increase. So if developer have to pay more construction costs, and guess where the developer is going to get back the increase in construction cost is from the selling price. So what I'm trying to tell you is that in the near future, all right, beyond this launch in Normanton Park, the property launch in this locality will be higher than that 16xx or even averaging 1,007xx. Okay, it will be higher because of the increased construction cost that's required by the ministry. All right, so let's take a look at a case study. And most recent case study have actually explained to us some very interesting findings, such as the 𝓟𝓪𝓻𝓶𝓪𝓷𝓽𝓸𝓷 GLS, which is a government land sales at another location in Singapore in the east side. Okay, very near to the airport, is in outside core region, District 16. All right, over at this site here, there is a very bullish bid by the developer who is very hungry for land, because it looks like new homes has been selling very well throughout the pandemic year 2020. And as the units is depleting, developer has to top up their land bank. So this October tender that was closed on the 29th October shows 15 numbers of developer biddings for that plot of land. And MCC is the winner of this plot of land in 𝓟𝓪𝓻𝓻𝓶, which is just sit next to the MRT of Tanah Merah. Okay, so what I'm trying to show you is from all the press cut is that the land cost there is also about 930 per square foot per plot ratio. Okay, quite close to what we are experiencing in RCR in Normanton Park. And the potential break even is also about 1.4 to 1.5. Okay, so that is the potential average launch price in that locality, Tanah Merah, outside core central region is 2007 to 2008, as according to the press release. Okay, now let's take a look at the current resale price that is in the Tanah Merah area. So the current resale price of Tanah Merah area, like Urban Vistas and Optima at Tanah Merah and also the Glades, they're averaging about 1,288 per square foot as at December. So rather, during this period of time, we actually find out what is the disparity between new home and resale in Tanah Merah area. Because just to ascertain that the future launch price will be around 1,008, okay, we find that the disparity for new homes and also older homes like the resale home, it's about 40% different in terms of its selling price. So the potential average launch price for future sites at Tanah Merah, okay, in our opinion, is about 1,811 per square foot. Okay, so if I apply the same principle on the government land sales that is near Normanton Park, I should be able to predict to you or forecast to you what is the future prices of new launches in District 5, which is where Normanton Park is sitting. Okay, so are you ready for this? So let's take a look at the sold land parcel in District 5. Okay, if you are following up the news in September 2019, okay, September the 6th, 2019, there is this press release that CDL have outbid 8 other developers with the highest bid of 155.7 million for One North Gateway site. And that site is like a stone throw away from Normanton Park. And that land cost is 1,001 per square foot per plot ratio. So what about the future land parcel in District 5? Oh yes, there is still some more land parcel that the government have not launched yet in that locality of District 5. Okay, it's known as the Slim Barracks Rise Parcel A and Parcel B. Estimated launch date of these government land sales is in June 2021 this year. So if we were to take a look at the actual land site that is bought by CDL at the Slim Barrack Rise, which is One North Gateway, this is a site that is sold at above $1,000 PSF per square foot per plot ratio. And these are the other 2 government land sales that is at the One North locality, okay, that will be launched on the first half of 2021. So having said that, let's apply the same formula that I've done in Tanah Merah location. Okay, the current resale price in District 5, okay, is estimated to be 1,386 per square foot. So if we take the disparity between new home and resale price in District 5, which is about 54%, guess what? The potential launch price for future sites that is nearby One North locality, which is also nearby Normanton Park, is estimated above 2,001 per square foot. So right now we have studied what is the current launch price. Well, below $2,000 per square foot is a good purchase price, a good entry price. If you get a good first mover advantage, that is about 16XX, is also a very good buy, and on average of 17XX, it's also a good purchase entry level price, because in the near future, when these sites are sold in the government land sales exercise in the middle of this year, the future launch price in the early 2022 will be above 2001 PSF. And by then, I don't think the remainder unit of Normanton Park will be selling at the new launch price. And that's where you get your first mover advantage. That's conclude what I'm trying to explain to you about right pricing. Okay, the second reasons why Normanton Park is a good choice is for its location. It's a right location. Okay, 3 things that I will share with you this evening. Number 1 is education hub. So close to the education hubs, such as NUS. It is also so close to the business park, which is just next to Science Park. And besides Science Park, there is also the One North Business Park. And it's also near to the URA Master Plan growth area, which is the Greater Southern Waterfront. So let me go through one by one with you. Okay, first one, education hub effects. All right, for any properties that's next to education hub, especially NUS and also elite school, all right, this is what I have for you. Okay, it is close to many good schools and renowned tertiary institutions. So NUS, Singapore Poly, and the rest of the schools that is near to Normanton Park are all here. Okay, so Normanton Park is in the heart of the education hub. So what's the big deal? Okay, so away from NUS, okay, it's possibly 500 meter or, okay, I put it 1.5 meter because I put at the center of NUS, depending on which part of NUS you want to go to. So it's about 1.5 kilometer away, okay, from NUS. So we know that NUS, it's according to the World University Ranking in Asia, NUS is the #1 tertiary education hub. Okay, and it houses a lot of students and staff. Okay, why am I talking about students and staff here? It's because all these students and staff in all these institutions in NUS or Poly or Singapore Institute of Technology, they are target tenant for our property. So if we own a private property, we can rent out to tenant, and the schools, particularly the tertiary education schools, the young adult, okay, they are our possible target tenant. And what are the rentability of condos that is like Normanton Park within 1.5 kilometer away from NUS? Okay, so what is the rentability of condos in this location? So we did a study here. We collected a basket of properties that is 1.5 km from NUS. That is basket A within 1.5 km. And there's another basket of properties that is between 1.5 to 3 kilometers away from NUS. So basket A properties is like this on the slides here. I'm sure you can see it. It's a One North Residences, Dover Park View, Blue Horizon Heritage View, the Rochester Residences, and Sea Hill. And basket B, which is 1.5 to 3 kilometers, is like the park condominiums, the 𝓟𝓚𝓻𝓿, the Botania, the 100 Trees, the Regent Parks, and newest. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to show you. The red here represents, okay, the top projects with the highest rental volume in District 5. And the other basket, which is further away from NUS, actually have lower numbers of rental transactions, but also quite a lot. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is you will not be short of tenant from the education tertiary hub. Okay, so projects near NUS have also higher rental yield. So for the same basket A and basket B, we look at the rental yield. Basket A, which is 1.5 million, within 1.5 km from NUS, enjoys a 3.38% rental yield, whereas basket B properties is also very good, it's 3.1%. So what I'm trying to tell you is, you know, that Normanton Park is just next to NUS, which is 1.5 kilometers away, right? So your rental yield will not be compromised. Okay, it is so near to business park. I mean, it's a no-brainer that is staying next to the business park. I mean, whoever that works in the business park do not have to take an MRT or, you know, take a bus from that residence. So if that tenant of yours works in Science Park, so of course that makes perfect sense. And Normanton Park is just next to Science Park. So I want to take one step further. All right, don't talk about Science Park. Science Park confirm you have tenant. Okay, what about another business park, which is like One North Extension, Dover Knowledge District, and what are the effects? Okay, let me just show you here because we've done a research here about this One North Business Park, which is conceptualized in 2001, which is about 20 years concept, but it's still just like Science Park, it is still growing. It is vibrant work, live, play, learn, research, and business park. All right, 200-hectare development, only 30% developed. Okay, and 50,000 knowledge worker in that location. Take a glance, 50,000 knowledge worker. Bling, bling. This is what what I want to show you is not knowledge worker, it's potential tenant. There are so many potential tenants in the Science Park, and now One North Business Park is also so many. And there are big companies in that One North locality. these are all the big companies, and definitely they employ a lot of people. And One North is further, in the master plan, there is further extension, all right, of its knowledge district, known as the Dover Knowledge District. It's an extension of One North. So there is an education hub that will spin off from that One North. It's called the One North Extension. So this is known as the Dover Knowledge District, which is just next to the One North. So there are already holdings, well, construction holdings that is already up, which means something big is coming, all right, in this Dover Knowledge District. And what's the big deal here? Okay, it is close proximity to Normanton Park. Okay, well, Science Park is not there. This one is about 2 kilometers away, okay, from Dover Knowledge District. And Dover Knowledge District is something like Singapore University of Technology and Design, SUTD, okay, and the Changi Business Hub. Okay, it's something like that. So it's like One North and Dover Knowledge District has that synergy. Okay, Changi Business District and that Knowledge District, which is the Tertiary Education SUTD, they're the same kind of synergy, right? So if I want to do some study, I make reference from the Changi Business Hub, all right, which is quite similar to One North Business Park. The case study says that Changi Business Park, with a basket of condos around 2 kilometers away from Changi Business Park, okay, such as all these 3 condominiums, okay, they are about 2 kilometers away, just like Normanton, also 2 kilometers away from the Dover Knowledge Hub, isn't it? Okay, so this comparison shows me that it gives a lot of support, okay, to price growth for properties that is within 2 kilometers away from a business park. Or I'm not just saying next to the business park, even further away from the business park, like 2 kilometers away, also enjoy price growth and price support. So for that sake, you should be guaranteed with a price growth that is similar to the SUTD experience or the SUTD effects when Dover Knowledge District opens. Won't you agree? So, Greater Southern Waterfront and the Southern Gateway of Asia effects is my next story. All right, this is a wonderful investment team. For any real estate investors, you need investment teams if you want to make a profit in your real estate investments. So if we take a look at the investment team Greater Southern Waterfront, okay, it is something big in the making. You know, it's not made yet. It's something big in the making, which is the next super growth area. So what does this have to do with Normanton Park? It has a lot of things to do with Normanton Park. Let me explain to you. All right, Keppel Club Redevelopment has about 9,000 new homes coming our way. All right, and we know that by end of this year, 31st December, all right, the site that is currently the Keppel Club, okay, will provide public and also private housings for 9,000 families. You probably also caught up with the news of the M&D chief who was telling you that they want to make the public housing right smack at this Keppel Club redevelopment area at a very affordable HDB price. Okay, which of course comes with a lot of comments and also a lot of recommendation that this shouldn't. But then again, well, I'm not talking about that. Let's talk about why this Keppel Club redevelopment has some effects on the property developments that's away from the Greater Southern Waterfront, but not so far away. It's like 1.5 kilometers away, like Normanton Park, just outside the Greater Southern Waterfront. Okay, so any properties that's inside Greater Southern Waterfront, of course, have its best effect, but then the price also will be priced according to its location. But Normanton Park is like 1.5 kilometers away. Obviously, it's not priced the Greater Southern Waterfront price. Okay, but this is a case study that I want to show it to you that in a growth area like the Keppel area, which are bringing about 9,000 plus homes, it's quite similar to 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓽𝓸𝓷 estates, which are bringing in 10,000 new homes. So I'm making some comparison here on growth locations like the Greater Southern Waterfront and 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓽𝓸𝓷 estates. Okay, both also about 10,000 new homes. So this is what I have discovered. The plan for 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 was announced in 2013 Master Plan. And I do a case study of the 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 effects. Okay, we know that 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 is already almost done, right? Halfway and almost more than half, right? That is already developed. I mean, these are all the properties that is around 1.5 kilometer away from 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 estates. Okay, so these are all the newer and older properties that is in that location. Okay, I want to show you this basket of property is because they are about the same distance where Normanton Park away from Greater Southern Waterfront. This basket of properties in 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 area is also same distance away from 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 estate, okay, which is about 1.7 kilometer away. And this is what I discovered. I discovered that there is also sufficient evidence to explain that it provides price support. And it also provides the catalyst for price growth over a period of that duration where that growth location develops. So since the announcement of 𝓟𝓸𝓷𝓷 till now, the price have grown by 10.47%. So it didn't go stagnant, it didn't go flat, it didn't go down, but it went up. And this is an assurance that you are buying at a location that's also about 1.5 kilometer from the Greater Southern Waterfront. So what do you think? Will the future Greater Southern Waterfront benefit the capital redevelopment only or including Normanton Park? So last reasons why Normanton Park is a great choice is about owning the right home. So well, home is a place at heart for all of us. Would you agree? So if you are buying this property with the intention to stay in that property, you have to look out and make sure this is a right project, isn't it? So personally, I went down to the ground and I also contacted the past owner of Normanton Park and to find out from them what's so good about this place, where they grow in this place, where they enjoy this place so much so that the previous owner are also coming back to buy a unit for themselves. So let's talk about the Normanton Park project itself. All right, one of the very interesting attributes of this project, it is connecting with nature. There's luminous facilities and also amenities surrounding this project. And of course, besides close to all the elite good school that I've just explained. So Normanton Park has its investment values. It is also a place that you can call home. So not only Normanton Park can be an investment property, okay, it's also for you to stay. And why? Because of this, it is connecting you with the nature. So if you are a nature lover, this project will immerse you into the natural environment. And you know, these blocks of buildings here, that is Normanton Parks, it is in the center of 𝓿𝓸𝓻𝓶𝓪𝓷𝓽𝓸𝓷 Park. I mean, take a look at the luscious greeneries. All right, you are surrounded by all natures and not buildings. Okay, it's all nature, and this is what you can enjoy if you own a unit in Normanton Park. I understand that the landscape architect is 𝐒𝐴MPLAN Asia, and this 9 majestic block of buildings, well, it's sitting on the ground as it is grounded all the old big trees, okay, surrounded by big trees. And I am personally a nature lover, and I walk Bukit Timah Hill, Mount Faber Hill, and also 𝓿𝓸𝓻𝓿 Hill regularly. And I do enjoy the fresh air and also the surrounding environment. So much so that it gives me a lot of positive vibes every time when I'm in the park. And Normanton Park is indeed located in a very unique place that is filled with abundance of greeneries and water bodies. Okay, there is also seamless connections to other parks okay, in this part of Singapore. Let me explain. All right, Normanton Park, I went down to the show flat yesterday, and I appreciate the project's DDs, which is our advisory group division director, Alex Lim, by going through the good points and attributes of Normanton Park, especially on the surrounding of Normanton Park. There's indeed 6 hectares of landscaping inspired by the majestic, Amazon River that blends and immerses into nature. So Alex explained to me that, with the architect design, there is this Amazon River in mind. Now my cursor actually runs here. You see this Amazon River that is one of the majestic, all right, landscape that you can find in the world. Okay, this river actually runs like criss and cross and turn here, turn there. So why what is the landscape trying to inspire is that it also have that mirror effect of the Amazon River, where there is turn here and turn there, so that every corner provides you with pleasant surprises. So this is what it meant. And that site area is huge. Now, 6 hectares of landscape means 660,999 square feet. And that is the largest in RCR, which can accommodate like 9 football fields. All right, so if you play soccer, this is like 9 soccer fields. And 80% is dedicated to landscaping, okay, which means greeneries. And 20% is sites coverage, which means the building footprint is like 20% only. So what this means is all the blocks that you are seeing mainly is only occupying 20%. The other 80%, you are immersed into luscious green, and you will not be short of oxygen, definitely, because the greens will produce a lot of fresh air and for whoever that stays here. So the connectivity is this. It's not just the 𝐶𝑎𝑛 Park. The 𝐶𝑎𝑛 Parks connects Hot Park and also 𝓟𝓸𝓻𝓵𝓸𝓷. So it's a seamless connection. So if you enjoy breeze walking or even jogging, you can make your way from Normanton Park all the way to Harbourfront MRT and all the way back. This is a 10 km trails that you will enjoy. And 𝐶𝑎𝑛 Park alone, all right, this park alone, which is that park just next to Normanton Park, is 3 times the size of VivoCity. So can you imagine how big VivoCity is? So that park that is just next to Normanton Park is 3 times the size of VivoCity. And they are so beautiful. So 𝐶𝑎𝑛 Park, Hot Park, and also the 𝓟𝓸𝓻𝓵𝓸𝓷, they are so beautiful. So when I walk along that bridges from 𝐶𝑎𝑛 all the way to VivoCity, I have enjoyed the sceneries and also the beauty of nature. Okay, so why living close to nature is important? Okay, so seriously, if you want to take this place as your home, please let me know here. There's also some investment effects here. Okay, so I have not finished with the investment. I just want to add a bit of information for you. Now, a recent NUS paper that's published in 2019, it says that green space can affect housing resale value. Okay, and the findings show that residents are willing to pay 9% premium on average for HDB resale prices to stay 1 kilometer closer to a park. Okay, so any kind of parks, which is like urban parks, natural area parks, or neighborhood parks, as long as there is park, buyers are willing to pay a premium, as much as 9% premium. So for the same kind of properties, if it's a 1 million property, it's like 90,000 more in terms of buying prices if it's near to a park. Isn't that amazing? So why living close to nature is important? Because the interacting with natural environments definitely stimulates some part of our brains and reduce our stress and anxiety and also depression. So this is science talk. Well, we possibly cannot object to this is that every time when we immerse ourselves in the park, we always feel calm and peace. So if green space have a positive impact on the public housing in Singapore, do you think Normanton Park will also enjoy the same? So what do you think? Okay, don't believe? Let me explain to you further. I do a case study recently, and we also heard this recently. The government, there is some talks from netizens about the Clementi Forest. Can you remember that? And because government may rezone Clementi Forest for residential use. So in the master plan, it shows that Clementi Forest is a residential plot. So those who love nature feels that the government should preserve the Clementi Forest. So it's a lot of talk there, okay, by the netizen, saying that we need more housing in Singapore. Why take away, Clementi Forest and put it as a residential plot? So of course, the government replies is there's no immediate plan for the location, but it's still residential plot. Okay, so recent drone footage of the Clementi Forest actually went viral online. You probably also caught up with one of the videos in your social media. And we really have enjoyed the views that is taken by the drones on the Clementi Forest. All right, it has garnered over 10,000 signatures for petitions to protect Clementi Forest. Can you imagine? All right, and this case is so significant that it's even debated in Parliament. And many people call for that conservation of greeneries. And for sure, I'm one of them. Okay, let me explain to you. If netizens and citizens are trying to protect, appreciate, and stay near to nature, can you imagine how attractive Normanton Park would be? Don't worry, Normanton Park is actually conserved under the Parks and Trees Act 2006. And Kent Park is conserved. So it's not a residential place that you have fear that you buy Normanton Park in the future, the whole forest will be deforested and there will be more building coming up. No, it's conserved under the Parks and Trees Act. And therefore, you will not have that fear that, this nature will be taken away from you. You will enjoy this. I spoke to ex-owner of Normanton Park. Well, he's none other than one of our chief agency director, Mr. Gary Lau. He owns a unit in the former Normanton Park before it's en bloc. Of course, he's one of the en bloc beneficiary. And Gary actually explains to me one of the reasons that he loved Normanton Park so much is because of the Kent Park. And Kent Park does bring a lot of wellness to his family who stayed in that place. And at the same time, Gary has also explained to me about the convenience of this place. And after he moved out of that Normanton Park, he even rented out. And he says it's so easy to rent out because it's just next to Science Park and there's no short of tenant, which is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. So there is limitless facilities and also amenities. And for sure, if you stay in Normanton Park area, you'll be spoiled of choice for retail and restaurants selections surrounding and within Normanton Park. Okay, there are so many facilities inside Normanton Park itself. Actually, if you were to spend your time in Normanton Park, I think, let's put it this way. If you want to take a walk, I mean, within Normanton Park itself is good enough for you to walk. If you walk 2 or 3 rounds around Normanton Park, I think it's good enough exercise for you. And you can enjoy all the beautiful designs in the development. Okay. Otherwise, you can come out of Normanton Park. You can go to Science Park 1, Science Park 2, One North locality. There are plenty of cafes, restaurants that is within minutes walk. Whether is it a hipster cafe or a very atas place, you can find it in Science Park and the One North Business Park. All right. Childcare is also within minutes walk. And this is so convenient if you're a first-time buyer. All right. If you're doing a family planning, it's very, 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 very important to have childcare that is very close to your property. And in these locations, you have Cherry Hearts, you have Maple Bear, you have Ines, multi-story, and also learning visions that is within minutes walk from the development. And close to many good schools also. So if you have adult children that is in NUS, okay, it is also within that vicinity of Normanton Park. Perfect accessibility. If you drive, okay, you will be able to reach many prominent locations, okay, within the Singapore itself, whether it is the CBD, the town area, within minutes. And according to the Masterplan 2019, there will be future underground tunnel that will connect to West Coast for enhanced connectivity. So from Normanton Park, there will be future underground tunnel that will link to West Coast. So you don't have to turn one big round from the other part of the road access. There will be underground tunnel. So this will improve perfect accessibility for you who drive. And developer is also planning to provide 2-year shuttle service to Kent Ridge MRT and Buona Vista MRT station. Isn't that great if you stay here? And there will be no short of transport issues. So in conclusion, tonight's sessions have touched on 3 solid reasons why Normanton Park is a great choice. A great home is based on these 3 attributes. Firstly, it's about right pricing. So it is buying at the right price. It is so important because entry-level price will determine your future profit. So besides staying, it's also about investments. So besides buying at the right time, it's also time in the market. So I would say that anything that is below $2,000 per square foot in the rest of the core central region here in Normanton Park is a good purchase price, because at current level, the price that is, if it's a price to sell at about 1,006XS and 1,007XS on average, it is perfect entry price. But in about a year or two, these locations, government land sales, will prepare the launch price to be above 2,001 per square foot. And that will elevate the selling price of Normanton Park, possibly in about 1 to 2 years' time. Okay, so right now is a good timing, and right now is a good entry-level pricing. Next is about right location. So, well, we talked about the growth catalyst in this location, the Greater Southern Waterfront, the effects of NUS, and also the effects of One North Business Hub and the Dover Education Hub. So all these also have a positive effects and support the price growth in this location. So that's why it's called right locations. And finally, a right home, sitting in all the luscious greeneries. Each units have a perfect views, whether it's greens or the sea. You will enjoy the stay here. And for that, you'll be spoiled of choice of amenities and also facilities. So I'd like to conclude with a power phrase here. It's that wilderness is not a luxury, but a necessity of the human spirit. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attention this evening. And I want to congratulate you for your trust with ERA teammates and allowing us to help you book your choice unit in Normanton Park. So I see you soon. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.